It's been the overarching goal and the overall arching message of the Trump administration for quite some time now, especially over the last few weeks as the aid situation has worsened, according to reports in Gaza, is, listen, we've got to get aid in. We need to make sure it doesn't get in the hands of Hamas. What are the options, essentially, at this point? Well, the UN isn't cooperating. They refuse to align with the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, saying they don't adhere to humanitarian principles. They don't adhere to the standards of aid delivery, and so it's been the GHF pretty much going at it by itself, and now the UN starting to pick up the pace a little bit, though Israel continually makes note that there are just hundreds of trucks waiting to be picked up. Now, senior Trump administration officials spoke to us earlier this week about the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, about the situation with humanitarian aid, and asked for an assessment of the GHF. The senior Trump administration official said, I'm quoting here, "It is chaotic, it is not pretty, but it works." And that the administration official said anybody who thinks this, being the GHF, is going to be the solution is wrong. So the official conceding that. But at the same point, anybody who thinks that this can't be part of the solution is equally disillusioned, and I would say is more fundamentally wrong. Again, the official calling for more cooperation from the international community on this front. Now, we asked specifically about Hamas siphoning off that aid and what the Americans can do to try to make sure it doesn't happen should international cooperation pick up. The official was quite critical of Hamas, not only of Hamas, but of the United Nations and other international, quote-unquote, humanitarian organizations. The official said Hamas, along with some of these international organizations, really have what would be a mafia ownership over what's going on. Billions and billions of dollars have been poured into Gaza for decades, and the result is what? The official pointed to low GDP per capita, the lack of development in Gaza over the last few decades, and said, if this is winning, I mean, what are we really doing here? He noted, the official noted, that Gazans that received aid through the GHF have been saying it's the first aid that they've been given as charity without strings attached, which means without having to pledge some sort of loyalty to one of the Gazan terror groups there. He said it's not only the first time since October 8th of 2023, since the war started in Gaza, but the first time since 2006, when when Hamas really started to take hold of things there in the Gaza Strip. He also noted that 100% of the GHF trucks have made it through to their distribution points, and that 100% of the food on those trucks have been distributed to people who are coming to get it. He contrasted that with the numbers that the UN itself has put out, showing that 89% of the trucks have been looted thus far since May 19th. Those are UN trucks as opposed to the GHF trucks that are making it through. Again, very, very critical, not only of Hamas, but the UN itself for their lack of cooperation, trying to go at it alone and not being able to get the job done. He also said the UN has had objections to Israel providing security, but they also have delayed going into a number of areas because there's no security available. The official said you can't have it both ways.